Do you prefer quick wins in minutes or holding trades for days to catch the big move? In today's video, I'll break down the difference between scalp trading and swing trading, the pros, the cons, and which strategy might fit you best. I've been trading for 7 years now, and I saw people succeed and fail using both approaches. One thing that I've learned is that you need a system that really fits your needs and your preferences, otherwise you will find yourself strategy hop, and that is going to have a very bad outcome. To give you a quick overview of our team at Chart Champions, we have Daniel, who specializes in swing trading, Igor specializes in day trading, and I specialize in scalp trading. Let's jump straight into comparing swing trading to scalp trading, and make sure to stick around till the end, where I will give you my exact approach on how I combine scalp trading and swing trading in the most efficient way. Scalp trading means buying and selling within a couple of minutes. We are trying to aim to just catch a small move, typically on the 1 to 5 minute time frame, and try to repeat that several times a day. Swing trading means holding a position for days, weeks, sometimes even months, trying to capitalize on a much bigger context move. Let's have a look at a swing trade first. This right here was a swing trade that I am still in on Solana. So we can see I made a plan based off technical analysis. I was interested in buying Solana below $100. I identified a target which is super far away, and for swing trading we can't expect our target to be hit within a day or within a couple of minutes like it is on scalp trading. So here, for example, I am in this trade since 149 days. So this is how long a swing trade can take. Sometimes we obviously get into a swing trade and it can hit a take profit within 1 or 2 days, but it's nothing unusual that a trade can take up to hundreds of days. Okay, so let's compare it with a scalp trade. Here, for example, I am looking at NQ, and I can see there is the potential for a scalp trade up here, because we can see on the 5 minute time frame we just had an SFP into the previous week close, bearish close down here on the 5 minute time frame, and this trade would be executed around here. The target would be only 90 ticks away, which is 0.099% move, so a very small price move, a small invalidation of 0.06%. And this trade in that instance, because we are trading in London session at the moment, this would take up to 30 minutes maybe. But typically a scalp trade can even be quicker than that. So we can see this, for example, is what we would do in scalp trading. We can see previous resistance once, twice, 3 times broken, retested. We can take a scalp trade here, aim for local liquidity, hold that trade for 10 minutes or whatever, and then be out of this trade. Let's now have a look at the pros of swing trading. One thing is time flexibility. Swing traders, as we said, hold trades for days, weeks, sometimes even months. That means you don't have to be glued to the stream to try and analyze every single intraday move. Another pro of swing trading is reduced stress. In swing trading, we only take about 1 to 3 trades a week. That means the mental stress we're gonna endure during these trading days is a lot less compared to scalp trading, where we can take dozens of trades a day. Another pro of swing trading is lower transaction costs. That means if we are taking less trades, we're gonna have less fees to cover on entering so many positions that we would do in scalp trading. But at the same time, there's obviously some cons to swing trading, and that would be overnight risk. Swing trading, we are in positions even overnight, over the weekend. That can expose ourselves to macroeconomic releases that we have, or gaps in price to the upside or to the downside. Another thing that I would consider a con in swing trading is that there's a lot of patience required. That means we can't just hop from opportunity to opportunity, take many trades a day. Instead, we have to wait for that one good trade, and if we miss that trade, the opportunity cost of missing that trade is extremely high. Another thing that is negative quote unquote, when it comes to swing trading is that we can capitalize on intraday moves. Sometimes what we see is that even on the intraday time frame, we get amazing trading opportunities, which we would typically miss in swing trading. And that leads into the first pro of scalp trading. That is, we have plenty of opportunities each and every day. Even if we miss a trade in scalp trading, it doesn't really make a big difference because we can look for the next opportunity, which might be right around the corner. And typically we can find at least 10 good trades a day when it comes to scalp trading. Another pro of scalp trading is we don't have overnight risk. Typically, or the way I like to do things for my scalping account is I close my positions at the end of the day. That means I can have a good night's sleep. I don't have to worry about my positions. I'm going to start the next day with a fresh mindset. So I'm always going to start at zero the next day. Another pro of scalp trading is fast compounding. That means if we get in sync with the market and we can ride the momentum, we can capitalize on all those moves. For example, if we have a strong trend to the upside or to the downside, we can analyze and realize there's momentum forming and we can compound our profits quickly. One con about scalp trading is high screen time and high stress. That means we have to be focused the entire time, as a scalping session can stretch up to 10 hours a day, and we have to be fully focused the entire day. If we take a couple of losses in a row, that can lead to a high stress, and we have to try and find a way to deal with that stress and also realize or understand if that stress is something we can endure or if it is something that just does not suit our personality. Then swing trading could be better. Another con for scalp trading is the entry barrier is a little bit higher. That means we need to have a good infrastructure. I, for example, use 4 screens. We also need an internet connection with low latency, and typically we should use an advanced order flow software to get the best insights into the low time frame moves. As I promised, I'm also going to give you my approach and the way I like to combine scalp trading and swing trading. But what I realized, since I live and breathe for scalp trading, I just love it. I love to see so many opportunities on the intraday time frames. But what I realized is that context is always the most important thing. So whenever it comes to a decision making of whether I want to take a trade or whether I'm going to stay out of the trade, the higher time frame context is always the most important thing I'm looking at. If I do the analysis on the higher time frames anyway, a swing trading execution doesn't take that long, so I can have a separate account for swing trades, still use the analysis that I would do on the higher time frames anyway, but then progress to the lower time frames where I can take advantage of the intraday trading opportunities while I keep my swing trades running in the back that don't need my constant attention. So when I take a swing trade, I'm placing that trade, placing my stop loss, I'm just keeping that trade. I let it develop. At the same time, I can take advantage of those intraday opportunities, and sometimes I can even hedge myself, which is a more advanced way of trading on the lower time frames. That means if I'm, for example, in a swing long trade expecting price to rise over the next couple of weeks or months, but I realize on the intraday time frame we are up against some medium time frame or lower resistance, I can hedge myself at least for the day and say, my swing trade is aiming for price to increase. I do realize price has a high probability to decrease, at least intraday. I can take that trade to offset the risk on my swing long trade with an intraday short trade. So that wraps up the differences between swing trading and scalp trading. Overall, some people strive as scalp traders, some strive as swing traders, or some even do both at the same time like I do. Which one do you prefer? Drop a comment down below, like this video, follow us to not miss any of our next upcoming videos. See you in the next one, and bye bye.